So we copy what we've been given right here. So this is what we have. So after copying, we check. We have got this term here, a term here, and a term here. We check which one is divisible. Of course, it's this one. So we divide throughout by this smaller number right here. Okay? So this is what we need to do first. So when we divide, of course, the powers are the same. So when you've got the powers which are the same, you can cancel, because these two things are the same. And they'll give us a 1, because 3 power x divide by 3 power x, we just get a 1. So it will just give us a 1. Of course, you understand this one. So we're going to write a 1 over here. And then we say plus. Here, you check the powers. Do we have similar powers? Yes. Since the powers are the same, we can go to the bases. We divide the bases, okay? So 3 into 3, it's 1. Into 9, it's of course a 3. So we're going to say 3 power x. You see what we've got here? If you want, you can even forget about the powers because they're the same. You just divide the bases. So the same thing must be done right here. And this will give us a 9 power x. So you see the way we've reduced this equation. So after doing this, we of course maintain what is to the left-hand side. To the right-hand side, we write 3 power 2 under x. Or if you want, you can write it this way. Let me show you. You write it like this. 3 power 2x. We know that 3 power 2 is 9, okay? So we need to play with this term nicely, okay? We want it to look like this. So we're going to write 1 plus 3 power x is equal to, here 3 power x, and the 2 will come outside here, power 2. The laws of indices. When you've got something like this, you can multiply the powers and you get back what is here. And then 3 power 2 here, it will get us back to this. So we have not really changed things here, okay? It's just the same thing. And the reason why we're doing this, we want to form a quadratic equation. So now we can say let y, I know most of you ask me that where is this y coming from? No, whichever letter that you think, that you feel like using. If you want, you can say let p, or if you want, you can say let m. So in my case, I'll say let y be equal to what is similar here. That is 3 power x. So what it means here, it means I'm going to get this y and substitute it here and here. Now let me show you how it will look. So I'm going to have 1, this one of course, plus y. I know that this y is equal to this. So I will substitute y here. And then here we say equal to y power a 2. So you can see we've got a quadratic equation. We can write it in standard form. So this will come this side. This also this side, it will be negative. A 0 can be this side or this side, it's okay. Okay. So now solving this quadratic equation, of course, we're going to use the quadratic formula. Okay. We will use the quadratic formula. And I guess you all know how to use this formula right here. This is what we call quadratic formula. Okay. So now when we look at the equation, where is our a? Of course, our a is right here, our b is over here, and our c is here. So we just substitute them in the formula. What are we getting? We are getting a negative, this negative right here, and then b, it's negative 1, plus or minus root over, here when we work out, we substitute, of course, we're going to get a 5, okay? Here a 2. This is what we'll get, okay? So when we put a 1 here, because our b is a negative 1, it will just give us a 1. Minus 4, a is a 1, c is negative 1. So it will just give us a square root of 5, okay? So when we simplify here, we are going to get our y is equal to 1 plus or minus root of what? Of 5 over a 2, okay? So when we do this, of course, we found the y. But the question asked us to find the value of x. So we have to come back to this spot here. That's why we said let. Okay? So this y here, we're going to write 1 plus, okay, root over 5 over 2 is equal to 3 power x. At this point, you see, I just equate. This is what we're going to do now. So now, looking at the power that we have here, we want to bring it down. So we're going to introduce what we call ln. Okay, to the people who don't know the logs or natural logs, they will bring down this power. So we're going to say ln over 1 plus root over 5 over a 2 is equal to, okay, it's equal to, I'm running out of space, it's equal to ln over, actually it's equal to x ln over 3. So we can divide by ln of 3 both sides so that we remain with x. So the value of x here will just be equal to ln over 1 plus root over 5 over 2 there, and then over ln over 3, like this. This is our solution. Now let me just run you through, okay, maybe where you missed so that you understand. When you've got an equation like this, don't apply the logs here, okay? Don't apply the logs here, okay? So the reason why we are not applying the logs, because you have got 3 terms. If we had 2 terms, we would have applied the logs. So the best would be to reduce this equation by dividing, okay? If you want, you can divide by this or by this, but I like it dividing it by the smallest term. So this term, this term, this term being divided here, 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 and lastly here. So this is what I did here. So when you divide, you want to reduce so that you come and form a quadratic equation. That's how we remained with this, okay? And at this point, when dividing, we know that we have got similar powers. When you've got similar powers, just divide the bases, okay? That's the thing. And when you reach here, try to play with it nicely so that you get a quadratic equation. Okay, so when you get a quadratic equation like I did here, you solve the quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. And when you solve, this is the solution that you of course get right here. And when you get this solution, you come and equate it to this, what we said let. Okay, you equate. And when you equate, you just apply either the natural logs or the logs. In case you don't know how to use the natural logs and logs, the reason why, in short, the reason why we are applying ln here is because we want to bring this power down, okay, like it has been brought here. Immediately you put ln, the power will drop in front, okay? So you must do it to both sides. And when you do that, you just come and divide so that you remain with x, this x, the x that I remained with. That's all. This is how you do it. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Sichamba Jacob, and bye-bye.